Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Pastor Ron. Welcome to Game Day Gospel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all that you do, sharing. I appreciate you guys. Today is Monday. You know, on the heels of AFC, NFC divisional playoffs, I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit of NBA. We got a packed show, so let's get to it. So, the AFC and NFC championship is set. AFC, we have the Chiefs, Ravens, and the NFC, we have the Lions and the 49ers. Honestly, this weekend really messed me up. First of all, my Super Bowl pick is out. I picked the Buffalo Bills to win. I thought they had a lot of mojo and momentum going, and I thought that they were going to go all the way. This was their year. They finally got Patrick Mahomes out of KC, a little momentum, a balance to their offense. But I watched that game yesterday. They suck. Their offense was horrible. It was such a run-first offense. I tweeted that the Bills have turned Josh Allen into a game manager. They turned him into a guy that's all he's doing is sitting here and panning the ball off and taking and running screens and dump offs. It's not anything where this guy is actually doing something impressive. Like I was watching it, I was so shocked to see the fact that the Bills often was so pedestrian. It was just hand the ball over to Cook or whoever is in the backfield, and then Josh Allen would throw screens and throw dump offs, check down passes. Like, they've kind of neutered Josh Allen. That was the game plan, was to neuter Josh Allen and not throw the ball down the field, not have a complex, sophisticated offense. They deserve to lose the game. When I watched that game, first of all, the fake punt made no sense. Obviously, I think it'd be it was more looking to be a cool story by having Damar Hamlin be the guy to get that first down and be like a great ESPN 30 for 30. But at the end, I think Sean McDermott just choked again. He is not a championship level coach. He will never take this team to the championship. If these guys did not do it now, with the Chiefs having a limited offense, no receivers on the road, to me, they need some changes. Yeah, Tyler Bass could have hit the field goal, but if Tyler Bass hit that field goal, who in their right mind believes that Mahomes would not have gotten the ball and marched those guys down the field for a field goal or a touchdown? So I mean, it was just a quicker death, a quicker death for these guys. So, it was baffling to me. It's baffling to me to see in this big of a game that Josh Allen threw for 186 yards. He threw the ball 39 times for 186 yards. Yes, he ran for 72 yards, but he's not. The offense was just checkdowns, screens. Like, I read something, they had 16 passes. Out of the 26 completions, 16 passes were behind the line of scrimmage. So like a screen and different little check down passes. Let's give credit to the KC defense. They're a good defense, but this is crazy to me. To see this is baffling to me, that these guys just, what this new OC did was let's neuter Josh Allen and not allow him to take too many shots down the field. The offense they had, a couple of years back with Ken Dorsey, or this early this year with Ken Dorsey, yes, it was a little bit risky. There were more shots down the field and less running, but I mean, the Chiefs deserve to win. You halfway through that game, you told yourself there was no way that they were going to lose this game. Look at the receivers. Their top receiver was Dalton Kincaid, had 5 catches, 45 yards. Khalil Shakir had 7 catches, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Latavius Murray, 3 touchdowns. A running back, 3 touchdowns, 27 yards. Stephon Diggs, one of the best receivers in the game, 3 catches, 21 yards. And he had a huge drop. But 3 catches, 21 yards. James Cook, the running back, again, 4 catches and 21 yards. It's like, if this is what you're expecting out of your guys, it's not sustainable. The Chiefs deserve to win this game. And now what? I said last night, initially they gotta fire the coach. They need a change. Like, the way this is flowing, it's not working. They need some kind of change to help this team, because they're not getting over the hump. Because don't forget, Lamar Jackson is still in the AFC. You have my guy Joe Burrow still in the AFC. CJ Stroud in the AFC. Trevor Lawrence still in the AFC. So this was their opportunity, and they choked it away. There's no other word to put it. They got shook. They got nervous. They shook it away. They threw it away. Josh Allen, as much as I love the guy and I defend this guy, I've been a Josh Allen apologist for the entire year, saying he's still top 2 or 3 QB in the world. He had a couple of bad passes on that last drive when it was his chance to get a moment and make his moment and say, this is, I'm taking this from Patrick Mahomes. He choked. One pass wasn't his fault because forgot his name, but his lineman stepped on his foot. But he should have better pocket awareness to be to step over and to make that pass. But the other one, he missed a wide open Kincaid underneath and went for it down the field. So when he had his opportunity to have a moment, he messed it up. So I can't defend that. I can't defend, as he was saying, it's Lamar Jackson. This guy's the best. Nah, Josh Allen. He still has great arm talent. Homeboy had a 65-yard dot in the air that Stephon Diggs dropped. But overall, he had a chance. Because, to go back to Saturday, Brock Purdy had his moment. He drove his team down the field and allow them to score to put them ahead. That's what big-time QBs do, right? And then Jordan Love had his opportunity to have that, quote-unquote, the moment, and he threw in a bad interception. So it's like we got to be fair, got to be realistic, we got to be objective. Josh Allen, I don't know if he choked, but Josh Allen came up small in a big opportunity. If you want to sit here and say I belong in that conversation to make that move, then you have to make that got to score there. If Joe Burrow was their QB, they're winning that game. Period. If Joe Burrow was the Buffalo QB yesterday, they were winning that game. Patrick Mahomes are not. So I think it's crucial for us to realize that we need to be able to find a way to win. Find a way to win those games, Josh. So it's hard for me to come on today to defend you. But I think it's important for me to also, acknowledge your shortcomings, man. So the Chiefs won that. They're playing the Ravens. The Ravens beat the Texans as expected. Great job by CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryan, them boys. So we have, honestly, a dream matchup. Chiefs versus Ravens. And, And gut instinct, I'm gonna say the Ravens gonna win. And it's not because of anything. It's just because their defense is sick, and I'm not gonna allow myself to forget the version of the Chiefs that we saw throughout the year. They're not a good team. Yes, it's playoff time. Yes, they have Mahomes, but it's like, they're not a good team. So I'll be shocked if they make it to the Super Bowl. And your boy, and it's not, and I don't want to hear anything about no Lamar Jackson being. I don't rate QBs the same way I wanna sit there and knock Josh Allen. I gotta knock Lamar Jackson. A big time QB that does not throw for 152 yards in a playoff game. Yes, he ran for 100. That's cool, but then he's Mike Vick, not Patrick Mahomes. I can't. I really believe if he finds the right defensive scheme where he has to throw the ball, he's not going to win the game. So we might see that. We might see that point where, okay, the Chiefs will be that team to try to eliminate his runs. But that's easier said than done because the Chiefs just went against Josh Allen, who ran a lot, and they gave a lot of gashing runs. But they contained them when they had to. So for the Chiefs, a good way to prepare for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens is by playing the Bills. A lot of similar challenges. And then, but I think the defense, the Ravens defense is out of this world, man. I just don't understand how the Ravens have Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, two top linebackers they traded for. In our dumb team, the Giants has Micah McFadden. That's our linebacker. We had Blake Martinez last year. Guys like that. Blake Martinez right now selling Pokemon cards. Now that's the guy we're sitting here trying out on the field. And certain teams just have all the luck and find all these good players. So it should be a good game. I'm picking the Ravens just because I don't think the Chiefs are a good team. But they have the best QB in the world right now who's playing out of his mind, who's motivated because he's like, listen, everybody counted us out. So you have him on that side. So he's an ultimate X factor. On the NFC side, the 49ers are an enigma. They should have lost that game on Saturday. They were dead in the water. They really sat there and did not play well. You can't tell me Deebo Samuel is that big of an X factor for a team, for him to be out, for them to almost lose against Green Bay. I remember when Nixon made that punt return and got him. No, not Nixon. I'm sorry. Aaron Jones made that run, that 50-yard run, brought him into the red zone. I said, "Yup, game is over. They're getting ready to score here, and I don't trust San Fran to score." And they didn't score, and then next thing you know, Brock Purdy is marching the team down the field for a touchdown. I mean, but just to have a team off a bye, all this to come in and lay an egg, and really probably should have lost that game, is baffling to me. I think Shanahan if Shanahan don't win this year, people don't change. If Shanahan doesn't win this year, it tells you he's not a Super Bowl winning coach. Like we can't. What they say? Is it insanity and trying to do things over and over again, and then try to expect different results? McDermott is not the guy. Let him go. Nothing is going to change. No coordinator you're gonna bring in is going to change the results and the culture of that team. Certain managers don't create a winning and championship culture, and McDermott is one of those guys. And I think Shanahan is that guy. He's a great coordinator, very very innovative, but when it comes to the big games, he just struggles. So for him not to be able to do that is crazy to me. And then Detroit, which is I think everybody's rooting for Detroit because it's a great story. They've been to the Super Bowl, crazy fans, etc., etc. I think this story, this is right, quote unquote, America's team who folks are winning. Prior to Saturday and watching San Fran play, I said Detroit has no chance. They actually could win. I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit pulls out the upset and beat San Fran. You know, though they struggled surprisingly with Baker. Baker chopped them up. He had 346 yards of passing. Baker Mayfield, a team that I didn't think was any good, but he threw for 349. I respect it. I didn't think he had that in him. Defense has to make some stops and step up. But Detroit won. They headed to San Fran. And I'm gonna go with San Fran, bro. I think the Detroit defense has too many holes in it for it to continue. Sorry, San Fran. I think San Fran winning that game, getting the monkey off their back, they should be good going forward and probably blow this team out and win. So be Ravens, San Fran in the Super Bowl. It should be lit. It'll be. I think. I always look at like when you get to like NFC championships. What do you think the networks want? I think the NFL would love San Fran versus KC. Oh my God, San Fran versus KC, or even like Detroit versus KC. Like either NFC opponent will be lit. San Fran, because are they finally gonna get this title for Shanahan and all the talent, probably the best team overall on both sides of the ball, or Detroit and the whole story, first Super Bowl, Dan Campbell in his weird ways, and Jared Goff, and I think that also will be a good narrative heading into the Super Bowl. But I on the AFC side, the NFL wants KC. I want KC. I don't want to see Baltimore. I don't want to see Baltimore. I don't like Baltimore. I'm actually rooting for KC. I think Travis Kelce is going to retire with his brother, so it'd be a good way for them to end everything. He ends with a Super Bowl ring, back to back. People love seeing dynasties, and I think that the KC dynasty will be established, and then I'll be coming back here in a couple of weeks talking about how Patrick Mahomes is in the GOAT conversation when it comes to QB. So we'll see when it comes to that. Let's also transition to basketball. Kevin Durant. Me and Kevin Durant, that's my guy. Me and him were tweeting each other some time ago. He said something. He said something very interesting, and I want to share it with you. I want to make sure we get this. Hold up. Kevin Durant, had an interview, and he asked, and in this interview, he talks about the fact he doesn't understand why he's not in the GOAT conversation. He said, I'm pulling it up right now. He says, KD's confused why he's not in the GOAT conversation. He says, because I went to the Warriors, why shouldn't I be in that? That's the question you should ask. Why not? What haven't I done? So it caused me to ponder, where is KD in the GOAT conversation? Like where is he at right now? What is it looking like with KD right now? You see, it's tricky. It's a very, very tricky conversation. That we often talk about legacy and we forget about talent. See, the thing that we forget is the fact that the GOAT conversation is one that talks about talent. talent, right? If you're talking about talent plus resume, or like, I normally like to rank the players that I've seen. Kevin Durant is the third best player I've seen play in the NBA. Third best player. He is. It's LeBron, it's Mike, and KD. KD is the best. I mean, it's between him and Mike as the best scorers ever. So maybe he's right. He should be in this GOAT conversation. Because look at it right now. KD is 10th, right? Is it 10th in scoring? He's about 300 or so points, 370 points behind Carmelo. When he ends his career, he'll be at about 30,000 points, right behind about 8th. Because Shaq right now has 28,596. KD has 27,913. He'll comfortably pass Shaq. The question is, will he be able to catch Wilt and get into the top 7? Injuries have not been his best friend. He missed a lot of time, and given the fact that he missed a lot of time, that's more of a testament of how good of a scorer he's in. Don't forget he missed an entire season and almost 2 seasons with the Nets. COVID and all that stuff went down, and he sat there and he, missed all this time. He's a career 27 point per game scorer, 7 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game. He's averaging up. He's a career 50% shooter. He's a career 38% 3-point, 88% free throw. He might be. His accolades: he has a 13-time All-Star, 2 NBA championships, All Rookie Team, 2 All-Star MVPs, 2 Final MVPs, a 4-time scoring champ, 10 times All NBA, Rookie of the Year, League MVP, top 75. I get it. He's played for 4 teams, the Nuggets Sonics / Thunder, Warriors, Nets, and now Suns. Man, this is tough, man. So here's the question. Is Kevin Durant better than Steph Curry? Yes. Kevin Durant is better than Steph Curry. The only reason why Kevin Durant is not rated higher is because he's living in the era of LeBron. But, I want to say this too loud to my LeBron fans, but those 2 years he was up there in the Warriors, he was probably the best player in the game. When he sat, I will never forget as long as I live. That freaking game was a game 3 in Cleveland when the Cavs, that first year KD was there, and the Cavs had a big lead. And then in the third/4th quarter, the Warriors began to come back and cut into that lead. And that in the 4th quarter, this bull KD took the ball and a pull-up 3. And he sat there and had the follow through. I was like, that was cold, bro. That boy is an assassin. Ooh. That's why I had to text him tweet him that day, bro, and he got back at me. So I don't know, man. There's a tier. There's tier 1, and in tier 1 is Michael and LeBron. That's the GOAT. So the question right now is KD in tier 2. Who's in tier 2? Larry Bird, Kobe, Steph, Magic, Kareem, or is he in tier 3? Tier 3 guys like Olajuwon, Dirk, Harden, Wade, like those guys are tier 3. So is KD in tier 2, which means like, listen, I'm knocking on the door of all time, or is he in tier 3 with the guys that just the the Dirks and them guys. He's a great. I mean, we can't ignore him leaving OKC for Golden State. That was kind of a weak move, and then leaving for the Nets and trying to put teams together. We can't knock him for. We can't ignore that. I think that is something that affects his legacy, but his ranking and his production and his ability to do what he has to do is unmatched. It's unmatched. So maybe he's right. He needs. I think his question is, I need more respect. Folks don't respect me. I think he's right. There's a lack of respect for KD because of all the antics and the tweets and the nonsense and the peasy hair and the ashiness. But I remember that series he had with the Nets. We almost beat Boston by himself. But if he made Milwaukee by himself, who became champs, we sat there, and because he had a toe on the line, bro, I hate the guy. I'm for so many reasons I don't like the guy, but I respect him, man. He's gully, man. He's nice, so I gotta respect him. So yeah, I think he needs to be higher in the conversation. He needs to be higher ranked. For a guy who's gonna be sitting here and be one of the top all time scorers. All time, top 10 scorer in the NBA. It's tough. I get it, but we can't. I think we're arguing two different things. We're arguing legacy, and his legacy is something that needs to be questioned, that needs to be debated. We also got to understand, if you watch him, outside of Michael Jordan, he's the best scorer of all time. If I need a bucket, I'm calling KD. And because he's so tall and, certain things that Michael don't have, he may be the best. He may be the one guy I will call when I need a bucket. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Tell what you guys think, man. Is KD all time? Is KD top scorer? What do you guys think? Where does he rank? Is he in tier 2 or is he in tier 3? But I think we got to put more respect on his name, because he's levels, bro. He's nice. He's very, very good. And dare I say, he's a bit underrated. I get the antics, but I think he deserves better. Tell me what you guys think, man. Thank you for listening. I pray this is a good podcast for you. You learn a lot. Because like I said, two things I know about are Jesus and sports. Thanks for listening. God bless y'all. Peace.